Time to talk about what's next for all the winners for one on Fight Night 7, Lineker versus Andrade 2. First up, Adrian Mathis got a very quick finish over Zilong Zaxi. A very explosive performance from him. I think that what should be next for him, an unranked strawweight that would be a good fight for him, would be Lito Adewang. Adewang suffered an ACL injury about a year ago and is looking for a fight. He should be about ready to compete again. And I think that this would be a good fight for both men. Both of them are very explosive. They're well-rounded as well. It would be a good contest for Lito to come back from fight to see how far Mathis can make it to the top 5. Tommy Lineker got a very quick finish over Ulya Kurtsyov. There's not a whole lot of question about who Tommy should fight next. Definitely Cade Ruotolo. There's history there. Have it be on the main card, just to stack that fight with another title fight for the lightweight submission title. Tommy is one of the few people that Cade has not beaten yet in the division, so I think it makes a whole lot of sense. Victoria Souza got a not very entertaining win over Linda Darrow. What should be next for her is someone like a Jenilyn Osselin, who kind of serves as a gatekeeper for the division, someone who is well-rounded at pretty much everywhere, but it doesn't do too much exceptionally. It would be a good indicator in how good Souza would do against someone like Osselin. If she does well there, give her someone like a Jihin Ratsuwan. Put the fight with Jenilyn Osselin versus Souza on the June card. That fight makes sense. On the main card, Francisco Zaya got a very upset performance over Andreas Stoica. Unfortunately, the division he is in, the lightweight heavyweight division, is one of the least stacked in one. Really, the only option for him would be a Beybulat Isayev. Isayev is 2-2 in the division. Both guys are kind of explosive. Isayev would offer probably some problems for Zoya. Overall, it would just be a good way for Zaya to get on a win streak. Have that fight be around June or July. Danielle Kelly got an impressive win over Yuki Miura in an absolute banger of a fight. For what's next for Kelly, she's 3-0 in one championship. I am aware that she got a draw with Mei Yamaguchi, but if there were two judges, she definitely would have won that. So definitely a title fight for her in women's atomweight division. She called out Jessica Kwan. I think that fight makes sense. Jessica Kwan has a victory over her a couple of years ago, so there's a story there. Kwan's also a world champion. Kwan also hits both of the metrics that one championship is trying to appeal to. She's Mexican-American, so that hits well for the North American demographic. She also is Cambodian, so that would cause her to be the first Cambodian champion to win championship. So it's basically pretty much a win for one either way. I hesitate to say put that on the main card because as there would be 3 grappling contests if Cade is booked for there, so I don't think they should have 4 in a third title fight. So I would say unfortunately move Kelly to June or July. If they're feeling really ambitious, do April. Danny King had put on the performance of a lifetime against Iko Rani Saputra. I think the goal for Danny King should be get on a 3-fight win streak this year. If he wants a title shot with Demetrius Johnson, who definitively beat him previously, he needs to really show his improvements and get on a good win streak. Next in line for him should be Sung Hoon Wo. That guy absolutely decimated Yuya Wakamatsu in the first round. It was a good enough performance that gave him someone like Danny King had. Interesting to see how King would do against someone with the explosions that Wu has and the knockout power. If he gets the win there, then book him in November or December against Gorshan Magat. And that should be enough for him to get a title shot. Sampek Fairtex beat Zhang Chengalong in a kickboxing contest. I would prefer if Sampek went back into Muay Thai. The bantamweight kickboxing division is just starting to get going finally. There are some up-and-coming prospects that we saw in the Fairtex fight nights. And Ilya Anahashi is finally up there to make him a title contender. So let's have Sampek Fairtex go back to Muay Thai and let's have him fight Fabio Reis, the Portuguese Muay Thai fighter that just knocked out Ferrari Fairtex and Rita Wada. Maybe Sampek wants to get revenge for his fallen Fairtex brother. It would be a very explosive fight, fun one for the fans. Book that on the main event of a one Lumpidi event in May. Martin Nguyen had an impressive performance against Leandro Casati. Pretty obvious what to do next with him. Do a Gary Tonin fight that's very winnable for both guys. I think it would make both guys have to make adjustments. Nguyen would definitely have to not be as explosive as he normally is. He's going to need to show more of a patient side there. Otherwise, Tonin's going to lock him up in something. Tonin's going to have to work on his stand-up. Otherwise, Martin Nguyen's just going to tag him all night. Co-main event, Tawanchai got an impressive victory over Jamal Yusupov. I'm pretty sure he didn't even take a strike in this one, so he can be back very quickly. I want to see him in a quick turnaround. Let's do the April prime card because their only title fight announced for that one is Haggerty versus Nango. I think it probably needs some more fights to booster it, so why not do that one? Have him fight Jimmy Vinot. Vinot's coming off of a win over Nicholas Larson. He arguably beat Peshmorikat, so it would be an entertaining contest, very competitive between the two. Finally, Fabrício Andrade beat John Lineker, an absolute cracker of a fight. No doubt that Stefan Lohman is next. He's on an impressive 3-fight win streak. Definitely deserved a title shot. Should be an interesting one. It did look like Andrade had a hand injury, so it might be a little while until he's ready to go again. Maybe do that one for June. Maybe do that one for the Philippines. Book that as the main event. That would be a good one. That one would make sense. So that's all, guys. Those are all my predictions for. Those are all who I believe should be fighting next with all the winners. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. See you all later. This is Shower TV Productions, and I'm out.